Sorry about that, Dolly. I'm miles away. Not quite with it today.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Eh?
Well, you're going to fetch Kate, aren't you, this morning?
How do you know?
I've just been down to Emmerdale. Ma's given me all the news. What time are you meeting her?
Leeds station, 1 o'clock train. I'm just going to drop that back, a quick wash and a shave, and off I go.
Oh, I'm really pleased for you. Must be such a relief to know it's all over at last.
Yeah, been looking forward to this moment for months now, and now it's happened. I can't believe it. I'm seeing Kate again.
Well, you make sure you give her my best wishes, won't you? Tell her I'm really looking forward to seeing her again.
I'm sure she'll appreciate that. Look, why don't you pop over sometime tomorrow? I'm sure she'll love to see you.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Bye.
Didn't get much chance to talk this morning, did we?
Talk? What about?
Last night.
Oh.
You were rude to Louise, you know.
Look, I hardly said a word to her, Elsa.
Yeah, exactly. You made it perfectly clear she wasn't welcome. And Nick, if you don't want my friends coming round, why don't you just say so?
Look, it's not like that, honestly, Elsa.
Why'd you have to be so possessive? I was only having a good natter with an old friend.
Well, it's just... Well, whenever we have an evening in together, you never seem to enjoy yourself. And then suddenly, one phone call from Louise, a bottle of wine, and hey presto, you are enjoying yourself.
Oh, Nick, that's being silly. Louise and I are old friends. We were just having a laugh.
I know, and I didn't... Look, I tell you what. Tonight, I'll get a bottle of wine, and we'll enjoy ourselves. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
I'll show you that a night in with your boring old man doesn't need to be as boring as that.
All set, then?
Yeah, fine, Mark.
Let's get off, then. I'll tidy your room while you're gone. We don't want Kate coming back to a mess, do we?
Shouldn't worry about that, Ma. He's got that room looking like something out of an Ideal Homes exhibition, haven't you, Joe?
Jack, can you come up to the top field? The hay bob's acting up again. It keeps coming loose.
Yeah, I'll be right there, love. Come here.
What?
We can't have you going out looking like that, can we?
More fingers and thumbs this morning.
It's a poor excuse. Used to tie his bootlaces for him till he was 20, you know.
Look, I'm sorry to leave you to do all the work.
Oh, don't be daft. We can manage, can't we, love?
Yeah, of course we can. You've been waiting a long time for this day, Joe. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, best get off then.
What time do you be back?
No idea, Ma.
What I mean is, do you want something to eat?
No, we'll probably eat in Leeds. Well, see you then.
Bye. Poor Joe. He's quite nervous. Ridiculous, isn't it? He's going to see his wife.
Yes, a wife who's been staying with her father since her prisoner release without telling her husband.
Now, Ma, don't start.
Well, I hope he'll be all right.
Don't worry, love. As soon as he sees Kate, he'll be fine.
Well, it's beginning to look like a proper restaurant now, eh?
Not so much a restaurant, Alan, more an intimate little bistro, wouldn't you say?
Yes, now you can't imagine it, yes, indeed.
Mind you, I'm not sure about this monstrosity. It's not exactly an aid to digestion, is it?
Oh, dear, you're quite right. I'd forgotten about these machines.
It is going to be in the way.
Don't worry, I'll get them moved as soon as I can.
Oh, and one more thing, Alan.
Yes?
Do you think you could organise a sideboard or something? I'm going to need somewhere to put the trays.
Ah, yes, good idea. And we can keep crockery and cutlery in it as well. Oh, but by the way, special present for opening night.
Oh, Alan, thank you. You shouldn't have.
Think no more about it.
There I was, standing in this queue at the post office, listening to two old biddies gossiping their heads off about Cathy and Tony Charlton.
Really? What kind of gossip?
Oh, you know, the usual Barbara Cartland stuff. The young widow and the curate. How Cathy seemed to be blooming. Honestly, it'd be pathetic if it wasn't so funny.
Funny?
Well, I ask you, Cathy and Tony Charlton, I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Oh, come on, Kim. What could Cathy possibly see in someone like Charlton?
After the heady excitement of Christopher Tate, you mean?
Look, I don't mean that at all. I just mean, well, it's not on.
I do believe you're jealous, Christopher.
Don't be ridiculous, Kim. I just don't like to hear Cathy gossiped about, that's all.
Now, your honest opinion, mind?
It's delicious, Alan. What's it called?
Game soup, my own recipe.
Just one minor criticism. Touch more salt, perhaps.
Why does everybody tasting soup say that? I can guarantee that if I had put 10 heaped tablespoonfuls of salt in that soup, some embryonic food critic would have said a touch more salt, perhaps.
On second thoughts, perhaps not, eh?
Oh, well. well, I must get on. I've got my cardamom ice cream to prepare. Oh, you haven't opened this?
No, not yet. I will in a minute. Alan, before you disappear, could I have a word?
Yes?
It's about me and Eric Pollard.
Whatever possessed you to go out with that man, I'll never understand.
Listen, Alan, I went out with Eric to... Well, I suppose it was my way of getting back at you over that business with the tips. I'm sorry if it upset you.
Yeah, well, I suppose I did overreact, rather.
Thought it was best to clear the air. After all, tonight's the opening of the restaurant, and I think it's vital that the chef and the head waitress have a good working relationship, don't you?
Absolutely. Oh, and about the tips.
Oh, don't worry, Alan. Kathy and I have sorted it out. Half each.
Still a bit in the way there, isn't it?
I'm not moving it again, Mr. Turner. I nearly did me back it first time. Come on, Bill, let's get them pints we were promised.
Very well. Might as well stay there for the time being, I suppose.
Can't see why I could just stayed at tap room at first place.
Restaurant, Seth. The tap room is now a restaurant.
Can you imagine what Amos would say if he walked in now and saw this lot?
Aye, famous with you, he'd be turning in his grave right now.
Woolpack Bar and Restaurant. Alan Turner, proprietor speaking. What? Oh, no, but you promised. Well, tomorrow's no good to me, man. I'm opening my restaurant tonight. Oh, well, very well. If that's your attitude, I'll find another supplier. Goodbye.
What was all that about?
That's all I need. I've just lost my vegetable supplier.
Kate.
You're not here.
I'm sorry, it's just so great to see you. I got you these.
Oh, they're lovely. Thanks very much. Are the kids here?
No, Mark's on a school trip and Rachel's gone off with a boy. Right, let's get your luggage and, well, the car's outside.
I haven't got any luggage. It's at my dad's.
Oh, I see. Too much, eh? Well, not to worry. We can pick it up tomorrow.
I don't think you understand, Joe. I'm not coming home now. Not yet, anyway.
So what sort of vegetables will you be needing, Mr. Turner?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Seth, what do you want, a list?
Well, that'd be helpful.
What are you prattling on about, man?
What I'm prattling on about is my allotment bursting at seams with fresh vegetables.
Ah, yes. Yes, of course. Now, perhaps we could come to some sort of arrangement.
Oh, that brings some memories back, Mrs. Bates.
Thanks very much, Seth. I think I look silly.
Well, have you know, these uniforms are very fashionable at present. Much sought after.
Aye, by museums, maybe.
I think it looks splendid. It adds a certain touch of tradition, of Englishness, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I'm sure you're right, Alan, but if I'd known this was what was in the box...
It reminds one of the days when service was service.
Anyway, I'm going to change. Oh, with your permission, sir.
Now, you see, old world values returning already.
Never mind old world values. What about my vegetables?
Ah, yes. Now, shall I make you a list, Seth?
Well, you can if you want, but I might not have everything.
Well, supposing you tell me what you've got, and I'll decide what I need.
It'll cost you.
Yes, I rather thought it might. How much?
These vegetables are grown with loving care.
Seth, why is it that whenever I have dealings with you, I always get this feeling that I'm going to be robbed?
I could deliver on a regular basis. Fresh produce for your restaurant.
Yeah, well, that will all depend on how much.
Don't worry, Mr. Turner. I'll not charge you for caterpillars and slugs. You can have them for naught.
I don't understand.
It's hard to explain.
Well, I think you better try, love. I mean, I've waited for you all these months,
Joe,
writing letters, getting no response, no news.
I'm sorry.
And suddenly, out of the blue, you ring up saying you've been released, but you're staying at your father's house. I mean, why? Why didn't you come home? Do you want to go and try it on? I'll buy it for you if you like.
No.
I mean, 10 months in prison, you must need some new clothes.
No, I don't want it.
Why didn't you write to me?
I just couldn't, Joe. I sent you that anniversary card because I thought that I might be able to start writing, but I just couldn't. I'm sorry.
Do you want some lunch?
No, thanks. Anyway, I'll have to go soon.
Go? You've only just got it. We've only just met up again.
I've got to get...
You don't have to get back anywhere. Emmerdale's your home.
Please don't push me. I can't come back to Emmerdale, not yet. I just need some space. Please, just give me time to readjust.
I can see that, but why can't you do it at home? I mean, everybody's dying to see you. Look, and I want you.
I know.
Doesn't that count for anything?
Of course it does. I just need to feel able to come back, and I don't at the moment.
Frank, have you seen Dolly around?
No. No, I haven't.
I wonder where she could have got to.
You two haven't been falling out with each other again, have you? Honestly, sometimes I think Dolly's skill gets more trouble than she's worth.
You crafty old so-and-so.
I beg your pardon?
You'll be asking me next if I'm sure I won't change my mind about Dolly staying on.
Well?
Listen, Frank. Dolly and I have been through rougher patches than this. A bit of friction's inevitable, everyone living under the same roof. You should know that.
OK. Have it your way.
Anyway, if I was you, I'd be more concerned with your son than Dolly Skilbeck.
Why, what's he been up to?
Well, apparently you heard some gossip in the village this morning about Cathy and Tony Charlton.
So what?
Well, I think the thought of Charlton and Cathy together... Well, Chris is quite hurt, Frank.
He won't get any sympathy here. I still think the lad was a fool letting Cathy go in the first place.
How's your dad?
He's fine.
What did he make to all this?
He didn't know what to make of it at first.
Yeah. Next two of us.
He's had a couple of weeks to adjust.
A couple of weeks? You mean to say you've been out 2 weeks and you only phoned yesterday?
I must get back.
No, Kate, please, no, please. We've hardly spoken.
Look, Joe, I'm sorry. I've got to have some more time.
This isn't how I imagined it would be.
No.
I mean, you say you need more time. Haven't you had all the time in the world?
I don't understand.
Well, don't keep saying that. I mean, explain then.
I must get back.
Well, when will I see you again?
I'll give you a ring. Bye, Joe.
Hello, love. You finished early?
Yeah, just a bit. Ta-da!
Oh.
I know, he's the most gorgeous girl that ever was, eh?
Oh, she's been really good today, haven't you?
Good. Do you know, I love it when it's like this.
What do you mean?
Well, coming home from work, to you and Alice, not rowing, everything being happy.
Well, give us a kiss then.
Yeah.
There is life in the old dog yet.
Joe. Where's Kate?
She's not coming back, Ma. Well, not yet, any road.
Not coming back? Why? What's wrong?
She said she needed more time. Everything happened so fast.
But I don't understand. This is her home.
Well, perhaps she needs more time to readjust to life outside again.
Kate's home is here, Joe, with you and Mark and Rachel. If there was any readjustment to be made, it should be made here in her own family.
For crying out loud, Ma, don't you think I know that? Don't you think I tried to tell her? Now, please, can we just try and understand what she's been through?
What she's been through? What about what you've been through?
I haven't been to prison, Ma.
No, maybe not, but you've been punished just the same. Kate's made sure of that by her behaviour.
Look, can we just leave it? I'm tired.
How was Kate? How did she look?
She was fine, Ma. Look, really fine.
Did she say when she was coming back?
No, she didn't. Look, there's still some hours of daylight left. I'll see what Jack and Sarah are up to.
And do you want any tea?
I'm not hungry.
You and Tony seem to be getting on very well lately, love.
You as well.
What?
You know.
People are bound to talk, love.
Being back in Dale, Mum, it would be a miracle if they didn't.
Hey, hope it's a galloping gourmet. Hey, Mr. Turner, can you make us a bacon sandwich?
Shut up, Seth, will you? Caroline, what are you doing behind the bar? You ought to be in the restaurant. I would appreciate it if you take up your station by the door and assume a welcoming position, if that's not asking too much.
Temper.
He's cross because I've refused to wear his silly pinny cap.
Sure, you look lovely.
And it's that apron he's got on. The minute he puts it on, he gets all temperamental. I think he thinks that's how chefs should behave.
Guess what I get you?
So there's 2 E's and a no.
You must get it now, it's easy.
Well, come on, let me see.
Hold on, Elsa, I've not finished.
Nick,
Right, there you go. You must get it now.
I thought you said it was easy.
Well, it is when you know it.
Can't think.
Come on, Elsa, you've got all the vowels.
Is there an H?
Yes, there's 3. There you go.
I know. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yes.
Shh, you'll wake Alice.
I doubt it. She was sound asleep last time I looked.
Well, just keep it down. You don't want her waking up, do you?
2 more ice creams, please, Alan.
Yes, of course.
And the gentleman from table 3 sends his compliments.
Oh, what did he say?
He said compliments to the chef.
Oh, good. What did he have?
The organic lamb cutlets.
Oh, that's most gratifying.
Could you bring the ice creams through, please, Alan?
Yes, of course.
Excuse me. Thanks.
Oh, Kathy, just a quick one, love. It's getting very hot in that kitchen.
Hey, things seem to be going really well.
Yes, somebody sent their compliments to the chef.
Good.
Ah, that'll be down to my vegetables, Mr. Turner.
No, Seth, they were sent to the chef, not the gardener. Oh, no, I'll take those in, Caroline. I just ask them if they're enjoying their meals, you know, the sort of thing. Now, who are these for?
Table 4, Jack and Sarah.
Is they all left over, Mr. Turner? All I could do with a change from our next cooking.
I don't doubt that for a moment, sir. You enjoyed your meal, sir?
Super. Thank you.
It was delicious, thank you.
Everything all right, sir?
I was wondering if those are for us.
Yes. I'm so sorry, Jack. Just put it down to first night nerves. I'm a bit anxious, you know.
There's no need to be, Alan. It was delicious.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Aye, very nice. Not very often you see organic lamb on a menu.
Yeah, that spit race was a great success, wasn't it? Oh, and the game soup. How did you like that? A touch more salt, perhaps?
Do you really think so? Well, yeah, now you mention it, maybe just a touch more.
Better make a move. Kathy will be back soon.
What's the matter? Scared your big sister will catch you snugging on the sofa.
Something like that, yeah.
Just one more kiss then.
We should have nights like this more often.
We used to have, remember? Before Alice came along.
You don't resent Alice, do you?
Of course not. What on earth makes you think something like that?
Well, it just sounded for a minute like...
Oh, Nick, don't be silly. All I meant was things used to be a lot more peaceful before Alice. Even you have to agree with that.
Yeah.
And talking of Alice, I'll just pop up and check on her. She's been ever so good.
Elsa, I love you.
I love you too, Nick.
Everything did go exceedingly well tonight, didn't it?
Yeah.
How many meals do you think we actually served?
About 14, I think.
Good Lord, is that all? Not more like 50.
My feet would tend to agree with you, but it was only 14.
Caroline,
Yeah?
I did want to thank you for being so supportive tonight. It's been a dream of mine for years to have my own restaurant. Thank you for helping me to make it come true.
Thank you, Alan. It's nice to be appreciated, for a change.
Oh dear. There seems to be a lot of food left over, doesn't there?
Yeah, what are you going to do with it?
Well, we can't keep it. We'll have to throw it away. Unless you want some. Are you hungry?
Oh, no, I couldn't eat a thing.
No, me neither. It does seem a pity to waste it, though.
Why don't you have something, Alan? You haven't eaten all evening.
No, I couldn't. Well, perhaps just a morsel.
But then I pulled it off. Well, I've got to admit, the food was good. Tell me about today.
Oh, it wasn't like I imagined it would be. Well, to be honest, it was bloody awful.
Well, it's early days yet, Joe.
Ever since Kate went to prison, I've been looking forward to this day. I had this sort of vision of us both running towards each other, laughing and kissing. God, the reality was so different. We were so stilted, so formal. It was like speaking to a stranger, Jack.
So why didn't she come back with you?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Didn't she give you any explanation at all?
Well, she said she needed more time. She felt guilty. Sounded like an excuse to me.
She say anything about her future plans?
Didn't ask. Didn't want to push her too hard. But you know, she told me she'd been out 2 weeks. 2 whole weeks, Jack, and only now she gets in touch. I mean, why? What's going on? What have I done wrong?
Come on, Joe. You've done everything you could.
Oh, it was all so dreadful, though. We were just wandering around aimlessly. I was trying to think of things to say, but the words wouldn't come. I mean, there was a woman I loved with all my heart, and I didn't know what to talk to her about.
Listen, Joe. You can never tell what a spell in prison can do to a person, what effect it can have on them. 10 months is a long time.
Yeah, I know. I tried to be as gentle as I could with her, but all the time there was this anger bubbling up inside me. I mean, why is she doing it, eh? Why is she doing this to me?
I wish I knew the answer to that, Joe. I do, really.
Whatever happens, I'm not giving her up without a fight.